Why is there so much chaos in Hollywood this year? Although it might sound like a dream to live a lifestyle of fame and fortune, sometimes having everything you ever wanted can lead to a path of self-destruction. The pressures of the spotlight has led many stars astray, especially when you add in years of hard partying, crazy fans, and feuds with other celebs. In fact, when money is no obstacle and you're constantly surrounded by yes people, there's really nothing stopping you from going off the deep end. Unfortunately, that's what happened to a lot of the stars on this list. So let's take a look at the top 10 celebrities who went off the rails in 2022. Number 10, Demi Lovato. It all started last year when the singer became the center of the internet's latest controversy for calling out an LA froyo shop called The Big Chill. Demi slammed the shop for their apparent pro-diet culture marketing. She posted on her Instagram story, finding it extremely hard to order froyo from The Big Chill when you have to walk past tons of sugar-free cookies / other diet foods before you get to the counter. Do better, please. She also added the hashtag diet culture vultures. She referenced the company's phrase, eat me guilt-free, and wrote, "This screams diet culture and I won't be gaslit by the media or anyone else that says otherwise." But the backlash against her intensified when the internet took the side of the froyo shop, and Demi was hit with so much outrage that she eventually posted an Instagram live and tried to defend her decision to her followers, but to no avail. A few months later, the singer went viral yet again for her absurd comments about extraterrestrial life. When talking about her docuseries on Peacock titled Unidentified with Demi Lovato, she said, "I think we have to stop calling them aliens, because aliens is a derogatory term for anything. That's why I like to call them ETs." She also claimed to have been abducted at one point in time. Although some of her fans found the whole thing funny, others were a little more concerned about her well-being. Number 9, Cara Delevingne. Back in September, the model sparked major health concerns after making a series of disheveled public appearances. There was one video of her in particular which went viral when she was at Van Nuys Airport. The distressing footage showed Cara behaving erratically and out of sorts while pacing around the car park. She was seen dropping her phone several times, shaking, and generally unable to stand still. Not long after that appearance, she failed to show up in New York City for the launch of her very own fashion collection, and she also didn't show up to the Emmy Awards alongside the cast of Only Murders in the Building. That same month, Cara continued to hit headlines for various instances of erratic behavior. These included hanging her feet out of a car's back window, arriving 2 hours late for a flight, looking tired and disheveled after a 3-day festival. From that point on, family and friends of the model were photographed leaving her home, reportedly staging some kind of intervention. That included Margot Robbie and her sister Poppy Delevingne. Back in May, Cara had also come under fire for her antics at the Billboard Music Awards, where she appeared to be following Megan Thee Stallion everywhere, peering around a corner and ducking in and out of her photo shoot, while sticking her tongue out and shouting. Not only that, but video footage from a party resurfaced online, which showed Cara attempting to kiss Megan while they were on the dance floor, and Megan literally had to grab her shoulders and hold her back. Number 8, Garret Hedlund. The star of Friday Night Lights, Tron Legacy, and the United States vs. Billie Holiday, was arrested for public intoxication after he created a ruckus in Franklin County, Tennessee, and was eventually released on a $2,100 bond. The man who called the authorities on the star also claimed that he attempted to jump out of a car earlier in the day. The arrest occurred just one day after news broke that Garret had split from his girlfriend at the time, Emma Roberts, with whom he shares a 2-year-old son named Rhodes. At that time, he was also going through a series of other legal issues. He was previously arrested on 2 DUI charges in February of 2020. He was arraigned that same month and was released after posting a $100,000 bond. Garret was then sued for negligence after allegedly causing a head-on collision because he had passed out behind the wheel of his vehicle and ran a solid red light at a high rate of speed. His blood alcohol level tested at 0.36%, which is 4 times the legal limit. The suit also alleged that he tried to flee the scene of the accident by attempting to continue to turn on his vehicle and drive, forcing others to take away his keys and prevent him from leaving. Apparently, there were also open bottles of alcoholic beverages in the car that he tried to discard before the police arrived. So clearly, Garret was still coping with the stress of the impending lawsuit. Number 7, Blueface. The rapper was arrested this month on an attempted charge, all stemming from an incident involving firearms. The artist, whose real name is Jonathan Porter, was booked into the Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas. A $50,000 bond was then set during his initial court appearance, and a preliminary hearing is scheduled for January next year. But this news is only the latest addition to the rapper's bizarre antics, and further evidence that he seems to be on some kind of a downward spiral. Fans of the rapper know that he rose to fame in 2018 after several of his songs went viral and inspired various memes simply because of his high-pitched voice. Many social media users ended up comparing him to the cartoon character Courage the Cowardly Dog. In July of 2018, he became a household name following the release of his hit track Thotiana, which would go on to reach number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100, and later Blueface would release his debut studio album called Find the Beat. But interestingly enough, he's really struggled to recapture the initial success that he saw in 2018, when he was still fresh on the music scene. With his career on the decline, Blueface has since explored other avenues, like reality TV and even OnlyFans. But these days, one of the main reasons that he's been able to stay in the headlines is for getting into physical altercations in public with his girlfriend Krishan Rock. So all things considered, he might struggle to make any kind of comeback after his latest controversies. Number 6, Gabbie Hanna. While on something of a downward spiral, the controversial YouTuber uploaded a slew of TikTok videos in August. Fans got extremely worried when Gabbie suddenly uploaded over 100 videos of herself after a fan mocked her for saying that she wanted to save the world. The content of those videos was disturbing to say the least. She was clearly very emotional and chose to discuss topics like religion, race, philosophical views, and many other questionable things. Viewers took to the comment section asking the influencer to get help, worried for her mental health, especially after one particular video where she screamed "help me" into a mirror. Shortly thereafter, Hannah's sister took to social media to explain the situation, claiming that her family were doing what they can from where they were, all because they were located in Pennsylvania while Gabbie was in LA. This is where the situation got progressively worse. On August the 25th, she uploaded another group of videos to TikTok, claiming her home was broken into. At first, she said that a man came to her door asking to use the bathroom. She then let him in and said that he declined her offer of coffee because he must have realized that he'd be leaving behind DNA. This guy named Nicholas, who was a complete stranger, then entered her home and prayed with her, despite her friends telling him to get out of there because she was home alone. Luckily, he didn't end up hurting her, but he did film the entire inside of her house and posted disturbing videos with her. Number 5, Blake Jenner. The actor was arrested for an alleged DUI on July the 9th. It all started when he was pulled over after officers noticed that he failed to stop at a red light around 11:30 p.m. The Burbank Police Department then claimed that he was showing signs of intoxication, so they had him do a field sobriety testing, which he failed. Upon conducting a safety check, it was discovered that the 29-year-old actor was driving above the legal blood alcohol content limit. He was subsequently arrested and booked for a misdemeanor DUI. Blake was released not long after with a citation and will have to appear before a judge. If you're wondering where it is that you recognize him from, the actor won the second season of Oxygen's The Glee Project, and as a result portrayed Ryder Lynn on the Fox musical comedy drama series Glee. He's since had starring and supporting roles in Everyone Wants Some, The Edge of 17, American Animals, and What If. Back in 2019, fans were shocked when his ex-wife Melissa Benoist revealed that she was a survivor of domestic violence in an emotional video posted to Instagram. Blake himself then owned up to the allegations and publicly apologized to his partner, saying, "I take full responsibility and accountability for the hurt that I have inflicted during my relationship with my past partner, emotionally, mentally, and yes, physically." Number 4, Doja Cat. Back in July, the singer made headlines for all the wrong reasons when she started beefing with Stranger Things star Noah Schnapp for revealing a private conversation in which the singer asked to be hooked up with Stranger Things co-star Joseph Quinn. A screenshot of their exchange went viral after it was shared by Noah in a deleted TikTok, much to Doja's annoyance. The 26-year-old singer then went live on TikTok, calling the 17-year-old's actions degrading, exploitative, and super embarrassing. She claimed that what he did was so unbelievably socially unaware and whack, even calling him him a snake and saying that he shared information that she didn't feel comfortable with him sharing. So how did people respond to the drama? Well, everyone was surprised with just how much Doja blamed Noah, considering his age and the fact that in previous tweets, she's openly expressed her attraction towards Joseph in a lighthearted way. People largely supported Noah in the feud, and Doja ended up losing 200,000 Instagram followers in the week after she posted the video. On the whole, the singer has been caught up in a lot of controversy in the past few years. Back in 2020, she lost even more fans when footage of her on Tiny Chat was leaked, which is an online chat room with apparent ties to racist discourse. It was there that Doja allegedly criticized her South African heritage amongst rumored white supremacists. She wholeheartedly defended herself against these allegations, but almost 2 years later, it's something that the internet still remembers. Number 3, Farah Abraham. The former star of Teen Mums has been in and out of the news this year due to many controversies. On January the 16th, Farah was arrested for slapping a security guard at Grandmaster Recorder's nightclub. According to reports, she became exceptionally aggressive when she was asked to leave the venue. A citizen's arrest was then made and Farah was taken into custody not long after. The reality star had a different account of the evening altogether, which she shared to social media. Farah posted a video of her being restrained on a sidewalk and wrote, "I wrote this as no woman or man should ever be battered, conspired, ganged up on, set up, recorded, and have the video sold." She went on to say, "I've had a very traumatizing year, and I don't deserve to be attacked and bruised." She added that the restaurant should fire their management and security because they all contributed to the attacking of one person by 3 people. So she clearly felt that she was the one being ganged up on. But this wasn't even the first time that she's been in trouble with the law. Back in 2018, she was arrested following an altercation at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and she didn't go quietly. Farah was reportedly intoxicated and struck a security guard after an argument with some other guests got heated. In footage of the incident, she can be heard yelling, "Go F yourself" at officers. Not to mention that in 2013, she was also busted for a DUI after a breathalyzer test revealed that she was almost double the legal limit. Number 2, Nikita Dragun. The trans YouTuber was arrested on November the 7th after walking around naked at Miami Beach hotel pool and causing a public disturbance. Police say when they got there, she'd been causing a disturbance for a long period of time, and when they asked her to cut it out, she became irate and threw water on hotel staffers. When the police and security finally went up to her room and confronted her, she apparently opened the door after several knocks, but ended up slamming it in their faces. From that point on, things escalated very quickly. Nikita opened the door again and asked, "Do you want more?" She then swung at them with an open water bottle, which hit them and spilled all over them. At that point, she got handcuffed. Most controversially, as news of her arrest made the rounds on social media, it came out that she was being held in the men's unit in the correctional center, although that fact is still being debated to this day. But the craziest part of all of this was that one of her fans ended up paying her $2,000 bond after a court appearance made it seem as though she didn't have enough money for it. The video that went viral showed Nikita in jail talking to a judge. She gets asked, "Do you have the money to post the bond?" She then looks uncertain and says, "I might have to check." So when that video came out, one of her fans, a Florida-based TikToker named Ivy Wyatt, ended up coming to her rescue and paying her bond. And coming in at number 1, Kanye West. After making a slew of anti-Semitic statements on various platforms, the rapper has gone through a mass cancellation and been dropped by just about every single brand that he's worked with. Kanye has been criticized in the past for his questionable choice of words, but the backlash against him reached an all-time high this year when he posted a tweet saying that he was going to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Ever since that moment, his anti-Semitic rhetoric only seemed to escalate regardless of the consequences. For example, he was locked out of his Twitter and Instagram account, and certain doors started closing on him left and right. He was kicked out of his bank, JP Morgan Chase, abandoned by Vogue, Balenciaga, and Gap. Not to mention, he was left by his major Hollywood talent agency, CAA, and a documentary that was supposed to be coming out about him this year ended up being shelved. Eventually, he even lost his lucrative partnership with Adidas. The German sports brand called his remarks unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous, and claimed that they violated the company's rules of diversity and inclusion. As a result, they ended all production of items under the Yeezy brand and stopped all payments to Kanye and his companies. As a result of the fallout, Kanye shockingly claimed that he lost $2 billion in one day, and he ended up losing his position in Forbes magazine's list of billionaires. They estimated that the loss of the Adidas partnership cut his net worth down from $1.5 billion to $400 million. But the truth is, we don't know how much money he'll be losing in the long run. But it's extremely unlikely that he'll be able to make a comeback after everything that he's said and done. Well, that's everything that we have on the list for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.